Hello, water therapy part 2. So I'm going to review quickly. This was a spa water, and the pH of it was -7, like a 6.5 to 6.8. This is a soda, 7 Up, and as you see, is a kind of yellowish, and that means it's under 7 for sure, because if it's 7 it gives a light blue, and if it's under 7 it goes toward yellow, and if it's really acidic that it goes toward orange, and if it's highly acid like a HCl or acid chlorhydric is almost reddish color when you do the same test. So this is the alkaline from the Kangen water machine. That was it. And the tap water, which was, I put the cup here. First of all, it's empty, as you see. I'm going to show you how to decolorize or taking the chlorine off from the tap water. So if you pour the cold water, the chlorine still is in there, if there is any chlorine in the water. So by the test, because the chlorine in the Harlem water is really low, which is good, so I'm going to do another test for you instead of this, because this was not accurate because the volume is really low. If the chlorine would be high, the water would turn to really yellow color. So how you take the chlorine off from the water, tap water, then you drink it. So I'm going to open the tap water to the warm or really warm position. So now this water is warm or hot. And as you see, is not clear. So I'm going to hold it here, so it's going to clear up in front of you. So as the time passes by, I'm going to put it maybe here, so that will be easier to see. And because of the heat, it evaporates the chlorine and now becomes clear. So now, if I drink this one or making a smoothie with it is absolutely safe, and that doesn't give you any chlorine. So what chlorine does to the body, which is they put it, by the way, in the water because to kill the bacteria. But if you swim if you drink this, or when you take a shower, or to drink, taking a shower, or swim in it, your body absorbs it. If you drink it, you get more chlorine, of course, because it goes directly to your body. Even your skin, you put your finger in a water with the high chlorine, you take your finger out, we do a test before and after, definitely the water which you put your finger in it and you take it out doesn't have chlorine anymore. And we did the test on that. That means all the chlorine went to my finger. So this is how you take the chlorine out from the tap water. Then it's safe to give it to your children or your baby, or for yourself to make a smoothie with it and such. So I suggest this water better than the industrial one. It's free, and after you take the chlorine out, it has no poison in it. But this one, most likely it should have a carcinogen in it, because this is how you can tell. Under the bottle is a triangle sign with the number 1 in it. if it's a number 1, definitely it does have that poison, which 90% of the bottle in the market are this style. So that's about it. So we are going to move on to the pH of the body. So why we measure the pH of the body and what's the pH of the body? Does that relate to disease or not? So because the body is 80% liquid, it has a pH. Whatever is liquid has a pH. Blood has a pH. Urine has a pH. So, and when this pH varies, makes a huge difference. Imagine the pH of your blood goes a little bit under 7. Becomes like a 6.8 or 6.5. 6.5 is like this person faint. It cannot function anymore. This is the reason human has a parathyroid, which is a 4 as big as a garbanzo bean. 1, 2, 3, 4 is right, 2 on the left side and 2 on the right side of the thyroid. So this, what parathyroid does, its job is to neutralize the pH of your blood. If your parathyroid malfunction, that is really dangerous, because for whatever reason, if for whatever reason the pH of your blood goes down, which could be from nutrition, from your mood, your mental health and such, then goes down. And if this parathyroid malfunction, that person may basically get severe problem or maybe death. Which so how this functions? Imagine the pH of your body goes to 6.8 because of what you had a industrial soda or industrial water or juice. So automatically your body has sensors everywhere, you know. The sensors tells to the brain's a gland in the brain tells to parathyroid, give that hormone to borrow calcium from your bones and bring it and dump it into the bloodstream in order to neutralize the pH comes to 7. Then you're safe. And when the situation goes back to normal, then again your body gives the calcium back to your bone. This is like doing business with, like borrowing and giving and such. Imagine somebody borrows something and doesn't give back and says, I don't give it back for whatever reason. That is stealing. So in patients, in many diseases, the patient's body steals calcium from the bone and doesn't give it back. Then that becomes like a check engine is on, just like a car. Gives a warning, okay? It gives symptoms. One of the symptoms is around your eyes gets a kind of dark. That is a check engine is on. I don't have to take this patient to doing an MRI or on and on and on. That is obvious. Like this person has, his pH is low, okay? And I have to find why is low. Or a person, his eyes get sunk inside, you know, so about this area is not even, so is like a skeleton or something like that. So is the eye is like you see the eye socket or the eyeball, so this area gets very thin, okay? That is also a sign of low pH. in the body. And many other. For example, if I want to list, is not going to fit in this video, or a person has a bad breath. If his teeth are good, if has no infection, and all of these is checked out, everything is good, but still has a bad breath, that is a sign of the low pH in the body. And another one I'm going to mention because it's really important, headache. Headache, if everything is good, has no infection, no other problem, and still the headache is there, that might be because of the low pH of the body, okay? Or another symptoms. Have you seen anybody, they have a hard time to swallow? They go like this, because that is another symptoms of the low pH in the body, okay? So all of these, we call it in nutritional healing world, acidosis is the name of this disease, which is like a foundation of many diseases. Foundation. It means this is a root. Acidosis then becomes a cancer, becomes migraine, becomes pneumonia, becomes bronchitis, and on and on and on. So first is acidosis, then becomes all of this, okay? And so one of the main reason of a cancer is acidosis, okay? Which, how the pH of the body goes down now. So we go back to the same place. Could be from liquids, alcohol, and all those different kind of wrong fluid for the body. It's like a car supposed to run with benzene and you put diesel fuel in it. Or the car supposed to have a super or high octane fuel, like a BMW or Mercedes, you put ordinary low octane fuel in it. Within a year or something like that, it gets a head gasket problem. So then the whole head has to come out and repair and such. So that was one reason which brings the pH of the body down, by wrong liquid in it. Two is the food. Most of our food are almost between 50 to 80% of it is liquid. So imagine a soup. Soup mostly is liquid. Stew has less liquid in it. If you cook rice, is about 60% liquid. And the list goes on and on. And some has already water in it. If you cook potato has already 50% of it water almost, okay? Or the vegetable, same thing, has already water in it. Fruit, same as the fruit. So those have already pH in it. This is the reason we have a chart for all the vegetables and fruit, which one is in the body turns to acid, which one turns to alkaline. So I give you one example. Asparagus is a vegetable. In your body brings the pH of the body low, unlike many other vegetables. So most of the vegetables are good, they bring the pH of the body up, but asparagus is like an exception. When it goes to the meat, including fish and chicken, definitely, certainly bring the pH of the body down. It gives you acidosis, okay? But if it's a fruit and vegetable, most 90% of them brings the pH of your body up. So it prevents acidosis. So that is how the food affects the pH of the body. So the next question you may ask, how can I test the pH of my body? The doctors take a pH test from your blood, which is wrong. As I explained to you before, no matter how much the pH of your body goes down, even is in a harmful situation like a check engine is on, your parathyroid is going to balance it. So the pH of the body is low in a very bad situation, but the test comes up normal, and the doctor is going to tell you, oh, your pH is good, it's 7. But that is not accurate, because the source of the test is wrong. You should not take a test from your blood or from your saliva. If you just finish your lunch and you take a pH test from your saliva, obviously it's gonna show 7 or 7.1. So okay, the doctor is going to tell you, oh, you're good. Excuse me, doctor, I have headache, I have this, no, the tests are good, so you're good to go. And maybe they think that you're faking it, but you're not. Your body's weak, is the symptoms I told you, you have it. Like a patient went to doctor and said, I cannot swallow, I have a hard time to swallow. Also sometimes my swallow popped to my throat and I feel like a choking. It pops to my pipe which goes to the lung. So that patient end up in emergency because it stops the person from breathing. They did many tests, and after all they said, no, we don't see any symptoms, you're good to go. And finally I diagnosed it, and I found out this patient has a severe acidosis disease. By changing nutrition, the problem was gone permanently. So her body healed itself. So and was not even an infection, but because the pH of the body was low and giving all of those symptoms, then this problem happened. So the next thing, where we are going to take a pH test, you can get the tournesol paper from a pharmacy, and you test it via your urine. So when you put then the direction would be in that package, like how to read it, then it's gonna show you. So, but I'm gonna tell you what is the good range when you take a pH test from your urine. Because in the blood has to be 7, not under. In the urine is different. In urine, it has to be at least 6.2, okay? If it goes under 6.2, that means the check engine is on again, so it's a warning. So it has to be above 6.2, and if it's under, you need to see a physician or a natural healing or homeopath and something like that to help you. And that was about how to do a pH test to know where is the pH of your body. And I've seen many people ask, okay, my kitchen, how should I test? How should I set it up? And some people they do a kitchen remodeling and still they have problem. So I'm gonna show you, this is a small kitchen, really small. I don't think there is any kitchen smaller than this. I'm going to push this aside. This top is a stove. It has 4 burners on it, and as you see, around it is empty. This one is a sink, as you see, and hot and cold, and that is a blender which you needed to, for the future when I'm teaching you the nutritional healing, then prepare to have this setup, because later on you need to have this kind of setup. Otherwise you're going to have a hard time to cook, and you're not going to have any room, okay? The setup is important. If you don't have a good setup in the kitchen, you're going to have a hard time to make a delicious food in a short amount of the time, and you are not going to enjoy the cooking. So sink, blender is right next to the sink. After that is a filtering device, and as you see, I don't have any microwave here. So microwave, if you have, that is bad for your digestion system, because it gives you dead liquid or dead food. It has no vitamin in it, it has no enzyme, and you're going to have a hard time. And that is one of the reasons of building yeast in your small intestines, which is 18 meters long. So, so this is what I want from you in the future. So no coffee machine there, or no microwave around, because it takes too much room and you cannot function properly, okay? The next thing I'm going to tell, okay, so the food affects your pH and the liquid as well. And this is the answer to many of you, which you were saying philosophy doesn't relate to health. Now is the time I explain it to you. If you are jealous and you act something based on the jealousy, imagine I am jealous of a person because he's rich, I'm not rich, and he has a Lamborghini, and I wait until nobody's around and I make a deep scratch on his car, or I pour acid on his roof, so the paint is gonna go bad. It's gonna cost him 10,000 euro or something like that to repaint in it. So the action which I did, which was based on the jealousy, that is causes the pH of the body goes down. Yes, the pH of the body goes down because of this point of view and the action I did. So every action has a reaction. He may find out I did it and he sues me, takes me to court, and I have to pay for it, and on and on and on. So, or selfishness. If I do something, I don't care about environment or this or that, automatically I get a bad reflection. Then because I get angry, I get fearful, or many other mental symptoms, that is gonna brings the pH of my body lower, which is the root of the disease. Okay? But if you use philosophy and you practice it, then automatically you are recovering, or you're improving the point of view. You eliminate the jealousy. Instead of being jealous, comparing yourself with others, you are going to compare yourself with yourself. I compare myself with my yesterday. I made a teeny tiny bit improvement, I'm happy. If I put myself in somebody's shoes, in a dog's shoes, if I take a dog to a walk and he wants to sniff a plant, if I don't put myself in the dog's shoes, I'm going to pull him, which is, it may hurt his neck or something like that, which has a reaction. Maybe he's going to tolerate it for a while, but one day he snap and he's going to attack me or bite me. But if I put myself in his shoes, okay, I'm a dog and I'm curious about this plant or that object on the sidewalk. I want to sniff it. So if human, they like to touch something to investigate it, dog smell that thing. So I put myself in his shoes. Now I'm a dog. I want to sniff this. I want to sniff that. Then automatically it will be a mental connection between me and that dog. Could be a dog, could be even a rat, could be a cockroach. So when it goes to a cockroach, let's say, imagine unconsciously, because I don't know about philosophy, this leftover soda, I pour it in the sink. I didn't, as you see. Why? Because when I do it, I'm inviting any cockroach in the sewer system to my home. They say, oh, Farshad has a party and is giving a lot of 7-Up away. This one can is gonna feed hundreds of cockroaches, hundreds. So cockroaches think here is a party, they come here and then say, okay, maybe is more food here too. Some rice is on the floor or something like that, they go after it. Now, I get scared and I want to kill them. So I get poison and I pour poison into a sewer system. A day after, I pour the leftover into the sink. So they get confused. They say, what's wrong with this guy? Is he crazy? He's inviting us. At the same time, he's killing us. So we don't know. So this is the reason you need to learn philosophy. You put yourself in a cockroach shoes. He doesn't have his shoes. I'm saying his mind. I am a cockroach. I'm living in a sewer system. And I look for a food. So I eat whatever is here and I don't need to reproduce because I bring baby as much as I eat or is enough food. That's the nature, okay? But if it's plenty of food, I say, wow, that's a paradise. Let's reproduce and let's generate more cockroaches. So deep down is we are messing with the system. So this is the reason when you put yourself in cockroach shoes for it, which is the worst case, automatically they are not going to come to your place. I don't have any cockroach and I don't put any poison in it either. I don't have a rat in my place either, because I don't invite them to my home by putting the leftover into the drain. So I just put it in the recycle or someplace or into garbage and goes out, you know. So that's the reason philosophy definitely, and of course, when the cockroach comes all over in my house, that brings the pH of my body down because I'm scared of it, because it goes to my food, for example. See, then that stress and that fear and anger together brings the pH of my body down. Even I had a very healthy and intelligent food, and the high pH of the water is still excuse me, it still doesn't work. Still the pH of my body goes down because my mind is not in peace. Thank you very much for your time, and see you next time.